Located off the southwestern coast of British Columbia lies an island known for its rugged coastline, raw beauty, pristine lakes, and abundant wildlife. With a network of over 30,000 kilometers of logging roads, it is every overlander's dream and a place we could not wait to explore. I'm Emily, and this is Brian and our adventure dog Wes, and this is part 1 of our journey north to Vancouver Island. Our home in Lake Tahoe is 900 miles south of where we would board the ferry in Port Angeles, Washington to the island. Wanting to get a head start on our long journey, we headed out after work on a Thursday afternoon and drove until midnight, which took us to just south of Bend, Oregon. The next morning, we were on the road early to make us more ground and reached the Olympic National Forest in northern Washington, where we would call home for the night. We had the next day to explore the beautiful Olympic Peninsula and headed to the furthest northwest tip in the contiguous United States, Cape Flattery. This area is managed by the Makah tribe, and the purchase of a $20 permit is required, which is valid for the entire calendar year. The entire hike was a complete surprise on its own. The 3/4-mile hike winds through a magical forest before opening up to the beautiful jade waters and sea caves of the Cape. Our campsite for the evening was nothing fancy, but a paid site at a state recreation area where we could take a hot shower and was a quick drive to the ferry port for our early morning departure. I don't think we're gonna get a full-on boil, so simmer's good, yeah?
Yep. Oh, that'll be good.
Who says you can't do pasta in a timbo?
Dirty kitchen redone. No dishes tonight. Bag Caesar.
After about an hour-long ferry ride, we arrived on the island in the capital city of Victoria.
Wouldn't you feel bad?
Rickshaws exist. After stocking up on some supplies, we were anxious to hit some of the logging roads and head north. Made it to Canada and picked up some beers. I don't know if you like beer, you might recognize this label. Looks like something else we get a lot of in Tahoe, California.
Was it cloned?
Tastes just like Pliny.
That's funny. Canadian
Beer, eh?
Pliny.
Beer, eh?
This isn't a bad spot for the night.
What do you think about our campground?
Well, after 4 days of driving and heat and getting skunked and not knowing where we were gonna end up, this is pretty awesome. Good boy.
Good morning.
From Canada.
Waking up at this beautiful recreation site all around Vancouver Island. There are what they call rec sites that are first come, first serve. You don't have to pay for them, and they're beautiful campsites. This one probably has like 6 or 7 sites.
6 or 7. It's got a boat dock, a little boat dock.
It's pretty small and it's really, really quiet, which is awesome. But yeah, we're excited to be here. We didn't really talk about what it was like to get here, though.
A long, pretty much 4 days of drive time from Tahoe. And then getting through the border was pretty intense.
Yeah, so we drove up to Port Angeles, Washington, and then we took a ferry over from Port Angeles to Vancouver with the van. It was like $225, and then you get to immigration. And I mean, I've traveled a little bit. This is my 12th country, and I've never been through immigration that was so intense.
She took her job very serious. She doesn't make enough because she's really good at what she does.
Really
She
good.
scared the crap out of us.
Oh my gosh. She asked us, first of all, if we had any alcohol, cannabis, tobacco, firearms. And when we said no to that, she asked if we own any firearms, and then if those had ever been in the van, which was, I thought, an interesting question.
And then she disappeared.
Yeah.
And then she came back and said, "Have a good time."
After looking at Wes's paperwork, so to bring a dog into Canada, you have to have their most recent rabies vaccine, which we did. And she looked at it and she just looked at the paper and she went, huh.
But then he popped up in the driver's seat window with me, and I think Wes got us through without getting checked.
Won her over a little bit.
We didn't want to get checked by those people either. They were very serious.
Yeah.
There was another Sprinter van that got in line before us. They got pulled over to get checked.
Yeah.
We were just sent on our way, and that was pretty stressful. But to make it to this camp last night...
Oh, it took a lot.
It did.
There was some closures for the roads in the middle of the island because of all the fires that they've been having. But this was, I think we just totally scored on this one.
We got skunked 3 other places and didn't know if this was going to work out. And the site we got, it's just amazing.
This is going to be hard to beat.
Do some paddling today on the paddleboard and make some breakfast and kind of plan the rest of our trip out finally.
Yeah. So we're here for 4 more nights. 4
Not
more
here.
nights. No, not here. We're going to go check out some cool things and, see what we can find.
Cheers.
Think of Stewart Lake.
It is very secluded and quiet. It took a long time to get here.
But baby, you a heartbreaker. Someday you gonna cry. You cry when there's nobody for you to be good and down. So go ahead on. Go ahead on. Go ahead on. Baby, just go ahead on.
This was such a beautiful camp spot. It was quiet. There's only really 5 other sites here. We made some friends with some locals that have been coming here for years. They're 2 old fishing buddies and come out here and try and catch some cutthroat. They had a little bit of success last night. They told us they caught about 4 each. But it's time for us to move on. We woke up and it's raining a little bit, and this is probably our last night in kind of the interior of the island. And now we're headed to the coast. We're going to continue our quest up north in hopes of finding a great little spot on the beach and maybe some crabbing. For Brian, I know he's really anxious to get some crab traps out, and hopefully we can catch some and cook them up for dinner. But if not, we're just excited to see what the beautiful coast of Vancouver Island has to offer. Next time on our Vancouver Island adventure, we head to a remote region in the far north to find some wild camping on the beach, look for wildlife, and try and stay dry out of the rain. Hit the subscribe and like buttons if you enjoyed and to follow along on the adventure.